Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome to Turn a Stone Tarot. Thank you so much for being here. I'm glad you joined me for this video here today. We're going to be taking a look at your August 2025. So we'll look at the main themes for you for the month, the dominant energies that you'll be working with, events that may be occurring for you in the month, as well as getting some advice from your spirit guides for how you can best navigate the month for your highest good. I've drawn 3 piles for you here, so we have 3 cards you can choose from. These are from the Green Witch Oracle deck. Pile 1 is Spring. The words on that card are Rebuilding, Awakening, and Rebirth. Pile 2 is Altar, Gratitude, Releasing Burdens. Pile 3 is Roots, Healthy Patterns, Early Growth. Timestamps are in the description box below. Please click ahead to your chosen group, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading for August 2025. We have an exciting month for you, so I'm looking forward to sharing your cards with you here. Let's talk about the card that you were drawn to in the intro. You've got the Spring card, and the words are Rebuilding, Awakening, Rebirth. And when I tapped into your energy, I heard you're going to feel like it's a brand new beginning in the month of August. You are going to feel like things are starting up for you. There's some sort of change happening for you in the month of August. I was really drawn to the nest in this reading. So you may be having changes in your home. Maybe you're moving, relocating somehow. You may be having changes in your household with family members. You may be adding a family member, perhaps, with these little eggs here. This can even be adding an animal to your household. That's a possibility as well. But I do see potential changes in the household for some of you with this card. For others of you, it may be something completely different, but this definitely is a card of new beginnings. It's also a beautiful card of fresh new energy coming in. I think August is going to be a very energetic month for you. You're going to, be feeling kind of this new beginning energy here. And it was also interesting for some of you, this may not apply to all of you, but as I tuned into your energy, I was feeling a sensation in my right ankle. And I looked that up, and the right ankle is often associated with. It can be a sense of feeling inflexible, perhaps. Maybe there's been a change that you haven't wanted to make, or were reluctant to make. And I do see that kind of changing for you this month. We'll talk about it more in detail. It also can relate to difficulty receiving pleasure. So maybe you're somebody who's just very naturally serious, or you've been in a phase of life where you've been feeling very serious. You've found it really difficult to enjoy life. So this card is really encouraging you to rejoice in life, celebrate life, rejoice in the celebration of life. I think your spirit team is coming through, and they really want you to enjoy all of the beauty of this change that's happening for you in August. It looks very promising. We have really beautiful cards here, including the Sun, which is, one of the brightest cards in the deck. So there's some really lovely, bright, warm, even happy energy with you, I'm hearing. The Chariot is a card of positive movement forward. So again, the sense of a bright new beginning for you. I think there's going to be a lot of positive energy. So let's talk about your card specifically here. So right away, when I asked about the energy of the month, we've got the Five of Wands, the King of Cups, the Three of Wands also kind of threw itself in there. So what I'm getting from this is you are moving on. I mean, look at this image here. This is, a ship kind of moving on. It's finding a way through the mountain here. I think the the Five of Wands can often indicate conflict with others. And I think you're just letting it go. You're done with like feeling conflicted, maybe even within yourself, or maybe you've been in an environment where you've felt conflicted with others. And you, with this in the reverse, you are letting that go in August. You're like, you know what? I'm done. It's over. I'm moving on. I don't need to, think this over 1,000 times, or I don't need to engage in these conflicts over and over again. I'm done with it. I'm moving on. And the Three of Wands in reverse also suggests to me a sort of moving on. The Three of Wands is often the card of waiting for our ships to come in, kind of, evaluating our options in the distance. And with it appearing in the reverse like this, with it coming out with your other cards, it's really telling me that you are, you're done waiting. No more waiting, no more being in conflict, either within yourself or with others, or maybe both. You're just taking action. With these kings here, you are really standing in your power. You're taking charge. You're doing what you need to do. You're stepping up to the plate, and you're making this new beginning happening. Happening. Ugh, I keep saying the wrong word. Anyway, you're making this new change happen. Maybe there is some kind of happening that kind of propels you forward. That might be the reason for that misspeaking. But anyway, I do see you really taking charge in August. Like, you are not, wasting time on disagreements, conflicts. You're not waiting around anymore for the perfect scenario. You are taking action. You're moving through this mountain that maybe has kept you stuck for a while. I did get that word inflexibility when I tuned into your energy and felt that ankle sensation. And that can also be a sign of difficulty moving forward. So you may have spent a period of time where you've had difficulty moving forward. You've not quite known what to do, which direction to take, what course of action to pursue. And your cards are telling me in August, you're just making the final decision, and you're taking action, and you're moving forward. So I'm all for it, pile one. I think this is great for you, especially with the sun coming out here and the chariot. I think the path ahead will be illuminated for you here when I see these two cards like this as well. So I think once you start to take these actions and move forward, you're gonna feel, I think, better and better about what you're doing and the course you're taking, and you're gonna really feel like it's this new chapter of your life, this new rebirth, this new reawakening. And again, the advice from Spirit was to really enjoy this period, because I think some beautiful things are going to be coming in for you here. And trust yourself here. You've got the King of Cups. You've achieved some level of emotional mastery here, and it's going to serve you very well this month. It's going to help you navigate through this change. And you can really trust that you have, the interior skills, the intellectual skills to make this change, do what you need to do, go where you need to go. You know how to do it, and you know how to hold yourself emotionally through this process. You've also mastered, the material realm in some sense with the King of Pentacles here. So, you know how to use your money wisely. You know how to use the resources that are available to you wisely, whatever that is. You know how to kind of move the material universe around to make something happen that you want to have happen. There's something that you've been wishing for, that you've been kind of waiting, I think, for some kind of breakthrough or something. And I think this month in August, you're just like, you know what, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to make it happen. I'm taking decisive action, and we're moving this forward. For some of you, too, with the chariot, I can't help but think you may be traveling also in August. Maybe this is taking a trip. Maybe it's a trip of a lifetime that you've wanted to take for a while here. You may be deciding, I've always wanted to go to that place. I'm just going to go there. Maybe it's in a sunny location, possibly here with the sun card coming out. But, again, all of your cards are kind of pointing to, enough with the excuses, enough with the inner conflicts or the outer conflicts or the waiting around. I'm going to let go of my inflexibility. I'm going to do this thing that I think will fulfill me or potentially bring me pleasure. And, I'm going to go through with it. So I give you a round of applause, my pile one. I really love to see this energy for you. So let's get a little advice too from your spirit team. I'm going to pull from the Psychic Tarot deck here and just see what they want to offer you for the month of August. August 2025 for pile one. What do we have, spirit guides? Oh, we're seeing this one. Oh, it says light, beautiful. And, I really see that is the same as the sun card. So that's really interesting that the sun card kind of comes out for you twice. In this deck, it's called light. Here, it's called the sun in the standard tarot. But there is this sense of, being in the light. Maybe you're getting, some special attention, or the spotlight is on you in some really lovely, positive way in the month of August. That's a potential as well. But, I think your spirit team here are saying, really enjoy the limelight, enjoy the light experiences that you have, all of the positivity that is coming your way in August. Really, really bask in it, really soak it up. It's you deserve it. This has been, I think, a long time coming for some of you. You've been waiting for this, and now, you have over time developed these beautiful skills and this beautiful mastery, and it's really time for you to enjoy all of the positive fruits of the desires that you've created. All right, I'm going to draw another card here of advice from your spirit team. I'm feeling the need for one more as well. So advice for pile one for the month of August. Oh, and we actually had two come out, of course. Oh, lovely. I love to see that. Harmony. Yeah, like there was something here with the Five of Wands about letting go of conflict as well. And then you've got the harmony card. So I really do think, the old conflicts, the old arguments, they just don't bother you as much in August. Oh, excuse me while I reach. And then you also receive the movement, choices, and decisions. Movement, choices, and decisions. So yes, we talked about how you're just deciding to go for it in August. And I think this card is affirming that. And with this coming out, as we ask your spirit guides for advice, I think your spirit guides want you to, not feel afraid of making a decision, of just choosing a direction, of going with it. I think your intuition will positively guide you. Follow the light, follow your joy, follow what would make you feel the best. Sometimes if you're having difficulty making a decision, if you can kind of tune inward and really feel in your body, would making this decision, does this feel good in my body? Does my body tense up? If your body feels a little more clear or a little more relaxed, you're making a good decision. If your body does hold tension when you think about making the decision, sometimes that's not the right decision for you. So, kind of checking in with how your body is responding to decisions that you're making can be something that's very helpful as you're kind of moving through this new direction ahead. But I do see you taking a lot of beautiful positive action, my pile ones. I'm also going to draw for you here from this is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed. We'll just get some additional wisdom for your month of August. It may apply to your reading, or it could be completely different. We'll see what comes here. So some additional wisdom for pile one, please, spirit team. Nope, there we go. The cards have been really jumpy today, so they're really wanting to speak. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. You've got peace, number 23, and it's coming out on top of the harmony card. So again, this sense of really letting go of whatever this inner and or outer conflict has been, really appreciating peace. Your spirit team really encourages you to focus on peace in the month of August. Peace is going to be very important to your movement forward. If you can make peace a priority in your life, I think you will enjoy the process. Obviously much, much more, and things will go much more smoothly for you if you can really hold peace as paramount throughout the month. So beautiful advice from Spirit there to really nurture the peace in your life. And yeah, you're letting go of these conflicts, which is, I think, going to do you a world of good here, my pile ones. And then we're going to take the tea leaves for you. We'll just gather some tea leaves to see what additional things you might want to consider for the month of August 2025. Let's see what we get for you, my pile ones. Oh, we have a few here. We have the jug. It says lighthearted, carefree time. Lighthearted, carefree time. So beautiful. I think you're going to really enjoy August. I just get this sense. It says persevere and you will overcome problems. So again, that could be, letting go of some of this conflict, resolving even some of this conflict, finding more peace in your life. And then finally, you have coins. Money will be coming to you. Oh, and you've got the King of Pentacles here too, which is often, the card of financial gains, financial mastery, a good head for business, the King of Pentacles. This could be a person or your own skill set. But whatever the case, it just say your cards do indicate that there will be some money coming to you in the month of August. All right, my pile one, that is the reading that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please click that like button down below. It does really help my channel. And I invite you to subscribe as well. That really helps to support my work here on YouTube. So thank you for doing that. I wish you a beautiful day full of light, love, and boundless blessings. Goodbye. Hello, my beautiful pile two. Welcome to your reading for August 2025. Thank you so much for being here. Let's take a look at your month and see what is coming up in your cards. We'll start with the card that you were drawn to in the intro. This is the altar card. It says gratitude and releasing burdens. And if you can see here, there's a very full altar here. There's a gemstone and some cards and looks like some herbs and candles, a lot of things on this altar. Which makes me think, there may have been a loss. I'm thinking of a devotional altar, maybe an altar sort of remembering somebody that you have loved. So maybe some of you are, remembering a loved one this month as August comes. But this is a passing that, it's not in the immediate recent past. It's maybe something that occurred a little while ago because there's been, time to add more and more objects to the altar over time. So this could be, maybe you're thinking of someone whom you have lost a little while ago here in the month of August. But I see you remembering this person, or it could even be an animal, in a very fond way here with the word gratitude coming up. You may be thinking of the wonderful times that you had together. Maybe there was a significant date that occurred in August for you. Really beautiful memories, positive memories that you shared, perhaps with this person or with this being. So that may be something that applies to you. I was also reminded of a book I read recently by Richard E. Grant. He's a British actor. And I believe it was 2021, he lost his wife of almost 38 years. But in this book, it's called A Pocket Full of Happiness. He remembers, all of the beautiful times that he had with his wife over their very long marriage. And his wife, her name was Joan Washington. She was a celebrated dialect and accent coach in Hollywood. But she left him with the advice to just find a pocket full of happiness in every day. So he sort of shares this wisdom in this book and shares his beautiful memories of his wife. And it's really, it's that kind of remembrance in the very most positive way, kind of remembering all of the beautiful times that we shared. That is what is kind of coming through on your card. You may be feeling a little nostalgic in the month of August. You may be remembering someone very fondly in August. Spirit is coming through to remind me, to tell you in Joan Washington's words, find a pocket full of happiness in every day if you can, just a little bit of lightness and beauty, something a little bit life affirming for you. Because, even if this grief wasn't recent, we still sort of carry those memories with us, and it's important to find the joys in life in the here and now as best you can. And I do see you moving on here with the Fool card coming up in your reading. So even if this is not about, a particular loss for you, maybe you're simply feeling nostalgic about former times, your energies are coming through with kind of new beginning energy here with the Fool coming out and the Two of Cups. For some of you, I'm very much getting a relationship maybe figuring for you in the month of August, especially when I see the Two of Cups here and the Four of Wands here, where we also have this little couple here. The Four of Wands can be the marriage card. The Two of Cups can be the partnership card. So there may be, maybe there's a blossoming romance for some of you that you're just exploring here in the month of August, or maybe you're deepening it in some way in the month of August. You may be, for some of you, I'm getting shared assets. We've got the Five of Wands here and the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is, kind of taking stock of what we have and what we've created. And this Five of Wands figure is kind of moving things around. So, you may be looking at kind of moving things around. What I'm really noticing in your reading too is just how calm everybody looks in your reading. Here, the Two of Cups, these two twins have very serene faces. The Eight of Pentacles here, she looks like she's, very serenely painting. Even the Five of Wands, which traditionally depicts, a bit of conflict happening. In this card, she's just very sort of peacefully moving people around, maybe having people play different roles in your life. That may be something that's relevant for you in the month of August. Even this Two of Pentacles, she's balanced atop a skyscraper, but somehow doesn't look too fussed about it. So the month of August for you, I think it will be a pretty peaceful month. I think, although, you have this, perhaps big new beginning, maybe, this relationship that's emerging or deepening or changing in some way. I think it's happening, perhaps very slowly, very calmly. I'm not seeing a lot to get too fussed about in the month of August. So that's good news. That's very good news. And with the lovely, the altar, the gratitude, I think you're remembering fondly the old times, but you're also taking stock of the present as well. And, you're just kind of embracing this new journey that you're on now, maybe this new partnership that's available to you. And I think you're taking the month of August in stride, and you might be rearranging some things. I heard, playing a different role. Maybe you're playing a different role. For some of you, you could even be starting a new job here. The Fool could be, maybe sort of a new phase in your career. You might be joining forces with an organization or with people. And starting up a new business of some kind. The Four of Wands can often be about stability and, being kind of grounded and having everything we need. So, this new venture that you're launching here or engaged in the month of August, you're working on your stability perhaps, but it's interesting because it comes with the Two of Pentacles, so things may really feel up in the air, I think, a bit in the month of August. So I really kind of get the sense that August is a month where you're working through things, you're sorting things out here, as we see with the Five of Wands as she's moving things around. Maybe you're putting some work in on some projects here with the Eight of Pentacles, whether they're creative projects or business projects. It really depends on your situation. but you're just, you're working on this new life, this new beginning. But you're also thankful for what has occurred in the past, and maybe, some of the gifts and the benefits and the joys that you've had in the past. You're able to kind of use those, I think, as you move forward in your life in August. Really interesting reading, very peaceful. It took me a moment to kind of put it all together, but it's really kind of, a nice, slow, calm beginning, I think, to a new part of your life, while still respecting and remembering, what has come before. So very beautiful. You may be even honoring somebody. Maybe there's a memorial celebration of some kind here. That may apply to a few of you. Oh, and I immediately went for these cards. I was going to draw, I'll go ahead and take these now since I went for them instinctively. But I'll also grab some of the Psychic Tarot cards here for you for additional wisdom. But this one, the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, seems to want to speak right now. So let's see what we have for you for the month of August. You have the card Breathe. Yeah, again, very calm, this lovely calm energy. Maybe you're taking a little bit of a vacation in August. Are you going on a meditation retreat? Some of you in August. There is just so much serenity in your reading. It's not something I see very often, but it's very present in the energy of your cards here. So breathe, taking time out, this new beginning, take it slow. There's no rush. Things are still being worked out here with the Two of Pentacles. Everything is not going to be evident immediately in these initial stages of your new journey. But just, take it calmly, take it step by step. And I think this month will unfold nicely for you. And, indeed, if things do start to feel hectic, I think Spirit is encouraging you to take some time out. If you have a meditation practice, use that wonderful tool. But however you prefer to kind of breathe, relax, just go inward a bit. I think that's going to serve you immensely this month. So I'll also draw for you from the Psychic Tarot here. Let's get some advice from your spirit guides for maybe how you can navigate the month of August. Any advice they wish to offer, wisdom they wish to share. Seeing this card here, patience and planning. Yeah, for sure, patience and planning. So, again, with this card of seeing her kind of putting things, rearranging them and putting people in different places and maybe taking on a new role, I think it is going to be a very preparatory month for you, is kind of what I'm feeling. The month of August, you're going to be planning, looking ahead, maybe rearranging some things. I'm not seeing a lot of wild activity going on for you in the month of August. So, really time to kind of get your sketch pad out and, dream those dreams and start making some plans, I think. Not necessarily acting, but definitely in the planning stages here. Got a couple more cards coming out. Oh, 3 more cards. Better make room. Okay, so we also have for you Love Begins. As I was saying, for some of you, I'm really getting partnership vibes. So maybe some of you are beginning a relationship, or maybe you're even just meeting somebody and things are in the very early stages here in August. But it's this beautiful rainbow. And, this kind of flowing water or flowing love, perhaps, you're just kind of at the beginning. Things are still up in the air, but there's a lot of calmness to it. Nobody's, this isn't a fool's rush-in situation. This is a nice, lovely, calm, serene beginning to any relations. Oh, and we have the sacral chakra, which is often about creation. It can be about intimacy as well. So some nice calm energy around new creations. The Eight of Pentacles also, this image, very creative. Maybe there's a creative project that you'll be working on in August. Beautiful creative energy with you in the month of August. And then we have the Universe card, which is interesting, because this would be the World card in the traditional tarot. And this is kind of the card of endings and new beginnings. You've got the Fool card, the card of new beginnings. So you are at this kind of fulcrum point in August where something has closed out, and it's maybe, even just maybe some loss that has occurred even a while ago, maybe there's just a little bit more movement of that ending happening, and you're really seeing the results of a new beginning here with the Fool card coming as your first card. So that really this sense of endings and new beginnings for you in the month of August, my pile twos. So beautiful reading. It looks very, very chill, your August, I think, according to your cards here. And even if you are working on something or rearranging things, it doesn't look frantic. It looks like you've got enough time. You're working on it. Yeah, definitely work in progress month for you, August, whether it's a relationship or something else here. So let me also draw for you some tea leaves here to see what other surprises want to come out for the month of August. Oh, beautiful. We have the Wealth card. Very nice. So there may be something about your wealth that you're working on in the month of August. Maybe you're building this new business opportunity that could be applicable for some of you. If somebody has passed on, maybe you're receiving some wealth as a result of that. That may apply to some of you as well. See what else we get for you here, my pile twos. Oh, several cards here. All right, so we have the Sun. It says happiness and well-being. And we have the Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Okay, so be aware of this character. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. And I often say with these cards, though, they can be very literal. So maybe at some point in the month of August, you hear a rooster crow. That's very possible as well. It might not. It can sometimes just mean the actual word itself, or sometimes the message is important. So take it either way. And then we also have Bag. It says something important, such as a new job or a raise. Something important, such as a new job or a raise. So maybe, again, we mentioned, maybe this new beginning is a new position for you. And we have this Wealth card. So, maybe you're getting more money as a result of this change in profession. We also have Caterpillar. It says things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. And there is that sense here with this things being up in the air and you've got a new beginning. Something's kind of brewing for you here in August. And then you have the card of January. So, maybe this thing will come to more fully bloom in the month of January. Maybe there's an important person with a January birth date. Or maybe somebody you met in January. It can have a lot of different applications here, but the month of January is somehow significant for your reading. So beautiful cards, my pile two. Lovely month. Things are really, there's really a sense of brewing. Things are you're working on things, you're planning, you're investigating maybe. And, I think it's going to be a very serene month for you, a very tranquil month, where some beautiful things really just kind of start to percolate in the month of August. So I wish you a really beautiful month. If you liked this reading, please click that like button down below. I also invite you to subscribe to the channel. It helps to support my work here on YouTube, so thank you for that. And with that, I wish you a beautiful month full of light, love, and boundless blessings, and I will see you in the next reading. Thank you. Hello, my beautiful pile three. Welcome to your reading for August. Thank you so much for being here. So let's look at your cards. You have an interesting set of cards here, a lot of them pointing to something about the past. So the past may be very present for you in the month of August, but let's go through your cards here and we'll explain as we go along. So the Roots card is the card that you were drawn to in the intro, and this says healthy patterns and early growth. So with this card, I'm getting a lot of ancestry with this card. For some of you, I heard that you're pursuing a career or a line of work, a profession that an ancestor was also engaged in. Some of you may not actually know this. Maybe it will come out later. But you are engaged in the same kind of work that someone in your family line also did. Maybe some of you know this already, but for some of you, this may not be something that's evident to you, but this card is suggesting that to me. Also, with healthy patterns and early growth, this talks about the beginnings of things, making sure that the beginning of whether it's a life or a project or a career, any kind of, any kind of phenomenon, really. The beginning stage is very important. So, that might be relevant for you in the month of August, the beginning of something, making sure that it's, nourished properly, fed properly, cared for properly, has a lot of attention paid to it, loving attention paid to it. Also, for some of you, I'm hearing that this is a month where you're going to be examining something from your past. You have a lot of cards in your reading that suggest looking kind of back at the past. We have the Six of Cups, which is the card of childhood. Here we have a Page of Cups, which is a very childlike energy as well. You have the Five of Wands, which to me, this image can often kind of suggest family conflicts in the family. And then, of course, we have the Six of Pentacles, which is about, which people are given time and attention, and, it can be kind of that card of what is provided for, what is not, making those kinds of decisions. And also the image on this card, looks like kind of a heartfelt conversation, perhaps a deep conversation between two individuals, maybe a difficult conversations, those could be interpreted as teardrops coming out of the teapot there. So maybe a really major conversation where you really kind of clear the air with someone. But I'm really getting a lot of, we've got two Cups cards here, but there is a lot of emotion in your reading, an emotion tied to family, maybe early family life. Something happened when you were young, perhaps, or maybe, just the conditions of your childhood, the circumstances of your childhood. I think they're very present for you in the month of August. For some of you with the Six of Pentacles card here next to the Six of Cups, I'm really getting therapy. Maybe you're beginning therapy or you're engaged in a therapy with a professional counselor. And maybe, you're very focused on your therapy in the month of August. You do have some beautiful energies here. The Page of Cups and the Ace of Wands were the energy cards that came up for you for the month. And it's a very youthful energy. The Ace of Wands is a lot of beautiful inspiration, ideas, maybe kind of thoughts coming into your head, maybe remembering things from the past that you hadn't thought about for a while, or perhaps you're making connections that you hadn't made before. So there is some beautiful energy, I think, with you for the month of August that may help in your healing process here. I do see, family systems really taking a center stage here in August, so that may resonate for you. Also, for some of you with this Ace of Wands image, I heard writing, so maybe writing down your feelings, keeping a journal may be very helpful for you. Or if you're writing, maybe you write in some kind of creative or professional capacity, creating a written work. regarding your past or dealing with your past somehow could be very important to you in the month of August, could be a very fruitful endeavor too, with the Page of Cups appearing above it. So that may be something that resonates for some of you, wanting to kind of write down your thoughts of the past, your memories of the past, kind of process, helping you to process, I think, your early life in using the written word could be very helpful for you. Also, support, the theme of support, I'm hearing, looking at, what was your relationship to support when you were younger? Did you feel provided for? Did you feel like you had everything you needed in the material world when you were younger? If not, how is that possibly influencing you now? Maybe looking at the theme of support with a professional may be helpful for you in the month of August, because I see that as being something important for you at the present time. So I do believe there is a Mercury retrograde through part of August, which is often a good time to kind of look at past matters, or past matters simply emerge during those times. So you may be revisiting old family dynamics, past situations, your early life, all of those things in August. And it's really an excellent time to do so. There's some beautiful healing energy available in August. So I think you're right to place your attention there. So obviously use your own judgment, however you feel it best for yourself to kind of work through these things, whether it's, engaging the services of a professional, or, doing practices like daily journaling, that kind of thing. For some of you, you may be familiar with family constellations work. I'm really seeing that with this Five of Wands card. Family constellations may be helpful to you, so look that up if you're interested. But a lot of beautiful energy for healing some issues around early life, childhood, family patterns, and there may be something around, I'm getting for a few of you, something around your profession and needing to heal something related to professional life. And also, you're not the first person in your family line to do this profession. So there's like some kind of a catch going on that you're meant to work through to help you be successful in your profession, where I think others in your family line may have struggled. So that may resonate for some of you as well. Let's get some additional advice from your spirit team. I'm going to use the Psychic Tarot here to see what your spirit guides would like to bring through in terms of advice for the month. So looks like a fairly deep month, I would say, with the Roots card coming out for you, and kind of, being encouraged to examine family patterns, family line, childhood, all of those things. So that is, that's going to be prominent for you in the month of August, pile 3. Let's see what advice your spirit guides have here. Oh, I've got that one. 2 cards. Oh, 3 cards here. Sometimes they look like they're 1 card and then they're more underneath. All right, so we have firm foundation. Yes, again, going back to, your foundation. The roots are all about your foundation. What was going on in your early life? How did that set you up? There may be a lot of information about your foundation, which is informing your present circumstance. And your spirit team is asking you to take a look at it, take a look at your foundation in life. It will help you find answers for what's currently going on in your reality. I'm also getting for you the card of hope, which is beautiful. Like I said, there's some really gorgeous healing energy in the month of August. So I think by placing your attention on these matters of your early life in your family line, I think it's really going to encourage you in a positive way. You do have this beautiful Page of Cups and Ace of Wands here heading up your reading. So, I think you're going to find a way to feel better. You're going to see some solutions to maybe problems that you've been dealing with for quite a while. Sometimes you know, those problems from our past that we simply haven't come to light. You know, now when we start to experience this healing, gain these insights, we can see hope for a positive way forward. So that's looking very lovely for you, my pile threes. And then finally, we have the third eye chakra, and the third eye chakra refers to, you know, our ability to sense into the future, to sense into what's ahead, the other realms. So again, you know, kind of this connection with, you know, the universal energies, the way kind of universal energies are kind of coursing through your life. Maybe particularly related to your family line here. You know, the third eye chakra often deals with what is beyond our human vision. And, you know, obviously many of us don't have a lot of knowledge about our distant ancestors and what they went through and what their lives were like. So I think you're being supported this month with the ability to kind of sense in to maybe what some of those earlier ancestors experienced, the lessons they learned, how they can assist you in your present circumstances. Beautiful energy for tapping into that, my pile three. I'm also going to draw for you from the Wisdom of the Oracle card to get a little more wisdom here about your August 2025. So let's see. Oh, this card was wanting to come out. Ah, this came out for another pile as well. You may have been drawn to more than one pile, but you have the Peace card. Yeah, and it's, you know, you've got this beautiful hope. This lovely card of peace here, which is a big theme for August. I think they're wanting you to find some, you know, some mental peace perhaps with the situation that you find yourself in. You know, I get the sense that you've been working through some issues related to your family line that have gone on for many generations. You know, you've taken on a big task by, you know, coming to Earth and dealing with this situation again. And they want you to have some peace in your lifetime with this. So they, you know, this beautiful energy of peace is with you for healing that you can experience in the month of August. A really lovely card. I'd love to see it, pile three. All right, friends, and finally, I'm going to draw for you from the tea leaf deck. Let's see what the tea leaf cards have to say about what's going on for you in August. We have, oh, the wealth card. Wonderful. That came out in another pile as well. Some of you are really going to be drawn to another pile this month because some of these cards are repeating here. Wealth. Wow. I mean, it always amazes me. You can shuffle and shuffle and the same cards can reappear. Quite magnificent. Okay. Fine. We also for you have the owl. It says good advice from a wise person. Oh, you know, and I'm getting this, really had a strong sense of therapy or a counselor of some kind. So I think you're going to be getting good and wise advice from this person. And then finally, oh, interesting. It says shark, take care or there will be a loss of material wealth. And you've got wealth here. So your money may be in focus here. And you've got this King of Pentacles card, which is the card of money, legacy, financial resources. So do watch that the month of August, friends. You know, you want to obviously hang on to your resources and steward them wisely. So just pay a little extra attention to that this month so that you keep what's yours. All right, and that is the reading that I have for you, pile three. I hope you found this helpful. If you liked this reading or it resonated for you, please click that like button down below. I invite you to subscribe to the channel. It does help support my work here on YouTube, so thank you for that. I wish you a beautiful month full of light, love, and boundless blessings, and I will see you in the next reading. Thank you.